West Ham to beat Chelsea this weekend. Lawless, you're confident, you said in the group chat. You're confident, bro.
I'm confident, and I don't know why. I see when I wrote that in the group chats, like there was a little laughing emoji face on the comment. I didn't even have to click it to see whose laughing face that was from.
Who was it? Tell the people.
It was you. It was obviously you, Staffy. You were the culprit. You were guilty, right? Because listen, I have every reason to be confident, and Don even knows this, right? We did a preview on his channel. Our record against them at our ground is excellent. We have a very, very good record against them at our stadium. I haven't seen enough from Chelsea to look at them as this big threat that I should be scared of. Yes, they have the tools to beat us, for sure. They have some excellent individuals. But in what I've seen so far, and what I see against Bournemouth, I'm not sitting there losing sleep over Chelsea in 2024. Okay? So, listen, Fulham was a blip. He got the lineup wrong. He'll get the lineup right. The crowd's behind us. We've got the players. We're going to show them what West Ham are about.
So why was it a blip versus Fulham? And I'm genuinely asking because I wasn't watching the game. Obviously, I was watching. I think it was right after the United game, so I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Because we got the lineup wrong. So wrong. We played a midfield
so
of
can you tell me what
Alvarez.
was wrong with it? Like, real quick.
Yeah, the midfield. It was Alvarez, Rodriguez, two defensive midfielders, and Souček. Zero creativity in that midfield, and then you've got Antonio, who I think is kind of finished as a starter. No Paqueta on the pitch, no balance. So yeah, I think that was the problem. But then we brought on the subs, changed the game, was able to salvage something.
Where did he play? Where's Balance play?
Balance plays in at left back. Yeah, but that's it. Like we've this week, he's going to show that he's learned. Listen, the substitutions changed the game, and we showed what we can do afterwards. So those substitutions, we need to get started and then start the game rather than getting the subs and game management to rescue us. So yeah, I'm feeling confident. Trust me, this London derby, we're gonna be up for it.
I don't get why you're so confident. Yeah.
Why are you confident? Why are you confident?
I'm not overly confident. That's the thing. You know what my take is. It's what I'm saying. I'm gonna start calling you Lawless the chameleon, because on our preview was a lot more humble than this. Yeah. Now you're out here in front of Terry and Staffy. You want to try pump your chest a little bit. I said it's not making sense over here, bro. But listen, I'm gonna be real about it. I'm gonna be real. Yeah?
No. I said we would be confident. Look at the thumbnail on my channel. What does it say? We will win. Right, we'll win this game.
Yeah,
and I said I don't fear Chelsea. So everything I said on my
that's
channel,
fine. That's fair enough. I don't expect you to look at our team right now and think, we've got no chance of beating Chelsea, because we're not ready made yet, bro. Like,
but if you're not confident, Don, why are you surprised I'm confident if you're not confident? Do you know what I mean?
No, because bro, I'm getting into that now. Yeah. You're in a similar situation to us, Lawless. You've got a new manager. You've got a bunch of new players that are still learning to play together, right? Your manager doesn't really seem far off from Moyes, like I was telling you in the preview, yeah? I think you attack a little bit more, but I would have expected him to attack even more with the players that you've got now that you've now got. Like you said against Fulham, bro, that negative midfield, right? If he tries to play that midfield against us, you ain't going to create shit. And to be honest, you're going to play into our hands. Right, you're gonna play into our hands, because those guys that you played the other day, the Součeks, the Alvarez, and that they haven't got a lot of mobility. And when you're playing against the likes of Cole Palmer in between the lines, those sort of players, it can get long for them. So in this game, I'm looking at it, Terry, and we need to beat West Ham. Yeah, because last year we went to West Ham away, we lost to them 3-1. If you guys remember, we missed the penalty just before halftime. Carney scored that game, then he gets injured in the second half. Caicedo came on, had an absolute stinker on his debut, which, was so bad. One of the worst debuts I've ever seen. But this time round, bro, I'm looking at the team that we've got. We've got a lot of quality, but it's very hard. I was telling Lawless before, it's very hard for me to predict what team is going to put out. He can play a 4-2-3-1 like West Ham. He can play a 4-3-3, right? He can look to invert. He can look to play a pivot. It's very difficult at the minute, but we've got a bit of a problem at right back. We've got no Gusto. We've got no Reece James. So I don't want to be seeing Disasi at right back again. Yeah. If you played Disasi against Kudus, you're looking to kill him, bro. Right? You are looking to kill him, because Kudus ain't a left winger, but he will take him on and absolutely demolish him on that side. Yeah. The last game against Bournemouth, we played Fofana towards the end of the game at right back. I reckon we'll probably see that. Tosin will probably come in and play right centre back. Levi and Cucurella on the other side. We'll probably have Cucurella inverting with Caicedo. Enzo's now back, Terry, but I don't really like the positions where he's been playing Enzo. He's been playing Enzo in like the left half space. And like I keep telling you, for me, his best position is in the first phase where he can dictate the game. Maresca doesn't trust him in that first phase because on the transition, you know, he's not that mobile. He hasn't got the legs to constantly break up play. That's the problem, you know. But overall, I'm looking at our team in comparison to them. Bro, we've got a very good team. And you already seen against Bournemouth, our bench changed the game. I reckon Sancho will start for this game.
Our bench changed the game against Fulham, so it's the same position. But your last 3 results, Don, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you narrowly scraped to win against Bournemouth, yeah? Bournemouth.
Yeah.
You drew at home to Palace, and you lost away to Serviette, right?
Yeah, but bro, Palace wasn't the game I looked at. Palace wasn't the game that I looked at and thought they should have won that game. Like we had 5 big chances in that game, and in the second half, it wasn't a jolting. Yeah, we thought we won the game in the first half. It's a game of 2 halves. They scored from 1 opportunity. Against Bournemouth, you keep going on about this Bournemouth game, they barely had any clear-cut chances, right? Most of their shots were from outside. Most of their shots were from outside the box, and we had chances too, right? And we are going to get chances against West Ham for this game. We need to make sure that we're burying them, yeah? On that right-hand side, I'd rather start Neto. Yeah, Madueke hasn't really done much wrong, but I just want to see a bit of a change on that right-hand side because Neto on the left, he ain't it, bro. Yeah, Sancho's going to start on the left because, what's his name? Maresca's already said, yeah, left wingers options are Mudryk and Sancho. On the right, it's Neto and Madueke. I reckon Madueke will start because he hasn't really done much wrong and he started off the season well, but he's probably got one more game to impress because last game he was poor, you know? But overall, I'm looking at our team, bro. We've got more quality than you, man. We need to beat you. We need to beat you, Terry. For me, my prediction for top 4 is the fact that I believe we're going to beat more of these lesser teams, yeah? Last year we drew against Bournemouth. We're beating them already.
Teams,
yeah, you are a lesser team, bro. Yeah. You are a lesser team, yeah. You need to know your place. You need to know your place. Hold on. Let me finish before you come in. Let me finish before you come in, yeah, Lawless. Yeah, Terry. Last year we drew against Bournemouth. We beat them this time round. You know, we've lost to Wolves the past few seasons. We beat them right away. And again, West Ham, we lost to them last season, so we need to beat them. So all these little losses that we had against these lesser sides, we need to now turn them into W's because it will help us later on in the season, bro.
If we're so lesser, Don, make sure you win that Conference League this year. Make sure you get that top 4. Otherwise, you'll be a lesser team because you are in danger of being a lesser team because you've accomplished nothing in the last few years in the Premier League. Nothing. So before you go around, you're in danger of becoming a lesser team.
That
Just
Conference
know
League
that.
got to move crazy.
Because you've won the Conference League, bro. I've got 2 Champions Leagues. I've got 2 Europa.
Now, Don.
You get me?
Now,
I even had to show I even had to show some support at the parade. I showed some support because you know I'm from the ends, like you. You know what I'm trying to say. I had to show some support, and this is how you repay me, bro.
Because it's been a while since you've been at a Chelsea parade. That's why. You know what I mean? So listen, I'm just saying. Terry Staffy, have you been impressed with Chelsea? Do you see a team that you're looking at Bournemouth going, yeah, like I can see them getting top 4? Like not talking about who the players they have on paper, the performances.
They're better than last year, if you want me to be honest. So I don't know if I'm impressed, but they are better. They look better.
That's not saying much, Staffy.
Yeah, I get it. But that's what I'm saying. Like I can only be honest about what I see. They are better than last year. And if I'm being honest, Lawless, the only reason I laughed at when you said I'm confident of winning is because there's nothing about this West Ham team. If I'm a West Ham fan and I've watched enough of your games, I think I only missed 1 game. I just there's nothing in this team that would fill me with confidence. You have better players than last season, and it doesn't show. If I didn't know your squad last season compared to this season, and I would look at the results, I'd be like, yeah, they're running the same squad. Because you're not playing that much better football. Your manager is unable to get all your best players on the pitch anyways. Because you just said it. I didn't even watch the Fulham game, and then you just told me the midfield. That's shocking. The shocking is so many decisions that this manager does, and this is why when I say he's the Spanish David Moyes, obviously I do that as a joke, but the fact that he wants to play attacking, but the football looks similar to what Moyes is doing, just shows me how poor this guy is. You know, listen, your midfield, you have better players in your midfield than some of my midfielders, and you still play this brand of football. I'd love to have Kudus and Paqueta in my team. The fact that your manager uses him as a left winger, he plays him as a touchline winger. Mohamed Kudus, your best player, one of the best players in the league, by the way. I think he's top 10. When it comes to midfielders, he might be top 10 in my opinion. I would have to think of that list. And he uses him a touchline winger. Not even on the right, because he could be cutting onto his left, going into the midfield, and just be an absolute creative monster. but he got him playing on the left wing, doing Martinelli's shift. Like, what's going on there? You know, I don't know, bro. Listen, you have decent players. I think you overrated some of the signings that you made, but you still made decent enough signings to be playing.
You know what this man said? You know what this man said? Yeah, he said he wants to see Bowen up top and then play Kudus on the right. Yeah, as if he hasn't got Danny Ings, he hasn't got the Viking they just brought. What's his name? Fulcrum. Yeah, Mr. Yeah, the guy with the teeth. Yeah, him, that guy. Right. So what's the point of bringing these guys in if you don't want to play them? You want to play Bowen out of position, and Bowen ain't even it as a 9, bro. I can't lie, I don't really like him up top.
Bowen is only your 9 when you're just absolutely trying to play counter-attacking football. That's it. But if you're trying to play possession-based football, which is why you sign most of these players, you shouldn't be playing them in the 9. I understand if you want to keep Bowen on the right, then put Kudus in the middle. The fact that Kudus doesn't start in the 10 for you is just it's weird for me. Because you can run a double pivot behind him, or you can run a 4-3-3, and you have him and Paqueta playing a little bit more advanced.
I said Kudus either on the right or in the 10 on Don Show. He left that part out. That's what I said.
And then play Paqueta in the pivot with Kudus in front of him.
Yeah,
I don't think he's that brave. I don't think this manager's that brave.
No, exactly. I don't think he would, Don, but he could. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think part of it is that he doesn't trust the back line.
Exactly. And that's why Staffy, because you were speaking about this manager before. I didn't really know much about him, yeah. And for me, a better manager would have been, for example, Graham Potter. Yeah, I think Graham Potter would have loved the squad that you've got. I know he didn't work at Chelsea, right? But West Ham is his level. Yeah, the pressure ain't as mad over them sides over there. You know what I'm trying to say? Throwing bubbles and bubble parties and whatnot, right? I think you would have done well with your squad, in all honesty. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the pressure at Chelsea is more than any club.
Yeah, a lot of bubbles, bro. A lot of bubbles.
Or anything, yeah. Because you don't back your manager. You don't give your manager support. You don't give him time. I'm giving my manager time. And
I've given Hellerman time, bro. I gave 3 strikes. I gave Potter. I was literally coming on the terrace when I first started coming on the terrace. I was literally here defending Potter and talking about the fact that he had fucking C team players and we need to judge him when he gets players back and we make more signings. That's what I said. That's when I first started coming on the terrace.
Like half a season, like you. This is what I'm saying. So don't sit there and say Chelsea is some patient fan base when you're just used to this high turnover manager. And that's what you're used to. Where West Ham, we've had like less managers in our history than you've probably had in your last 10 to 20 years. So
yeah, and they're happy to bring a lot of success. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You're just used to just this ain't working, just change it now. But yeah, I was saying.
I like what I'm seeing from Maresca. Like it's
game like 5 now. Watch how you flip.
But Lawless, what we talking about? Why are we talking about some mad stuff about watch it flip? We're talking about the right now, yeah. And the right now, what I'm seeing from Maresca, I'm seeing him putting out brave lineups. I'm seeing him making brave changes. Like I said to you, he's very proactive. Yeah, he's not like Poch. If someone's thinking out of the place in the first half, he'll just make the change. Yeah. Last game, Neto was shit in the first half. He changed it. Okay, Lopetegui does it as well. Cool, that's fine. I'm just saying that there's certain things that Maresca's been doing, the little intangibles that he's been doing. That's big improvement on what Poch was doing. Right? We're not the final form, like it's game week 5. Like I've said, we're already seeing a few different lineups. Already, we've had a few injuries and whatnot. These lot still need to learn how to play together. But from back to front, we're starting to improve.